the war in Ukraine has entered a new phase, not a battle of tanks or missiles, but of minds. While the world's attention stayed fixed on the front lines, the United States quietly opened a new front, one that strikes not at Russian soldiers, but at the very core of the Kremlin itself. It's a war fought with data, deception, and invisible agents, and it may be America's most powerful move yet. Welcome to the intelligence war inside Russia. For over 2 years, the Russia-Ukraine war has been defined by artillery duels, drone strikes, and a bloody tug of war for territory. But beneath the surface, another kind of warfare has been raging, unseen, digital, and psychological. And according to new reports, Washington is no longer just supporting Ukraine on the battlefield, it's helping Kyiv spy directly inside Russia. This isn't the first time intelligence has changed the shape of war, but what's happening now, in 2025, is unprecedented. According to US and NATO sources, American intelligence agencies have built one of the most advanced networks of satellite, cyber, and human assets ever deployed in modern history. And much of it is focused not on Ukraine, but on Russia itself. The CIA, NSA, and military intelligence units are now working hand in hand with Ukraine's SBU and GUR, military intelligence. Together, they've formed what one analyst calls a digital shield and dagger, defending Ukrainian systems while striking deep into Russian command centers. But the real shock? This network isn't just tracking troop movements, it's hunting secrets inside Russia, in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and even near the Kremlin. Modern war is no longer about who fires first, it's about who sees first. The United States has unleashed a fleet of high-orbit spy satellites, many from private companies like Maxar and Planet Labs. Every few hours, they send fresh images of Russian bases, airfields, and missile silos, sometimes with such detail that analysts can count the shells stacked beside an artillery gun. But it's not just pictures. Through thermal sensors and AI-powered analysis, these satellites can detect heat signatures from moving tanks, missile launches, and even power surges inside secret Russian facilities. In other words, nothing stays hidden for long. Then there's the cyber domain. Here, no explosions are needed. The weapons are lines of code, and the targets are servers, routers, and command software. According to Western intelligence leaks, American cyber units are quietly providing Ukraine with access to Russia's military communication grids. Through encrypted backdoors, they can intercept Russian troop orders, jam radar systems, and even feed false data into enemy channels. Imagine this. A Russian commander orders a missile strike, but the data guiding that missile has already been altered. By the time it lands, it hits empty ground. That's the new power of information warfare. Control the data, and you control the battlefield. While technology drives this war, there's still one thing machines can't replace: humans. And America's oldest intelligence tool, human spies, has returned to the spotlight. In the last year, multiple reports suggest a growing number of Russian officials, scientists, and even military officers have secretly begun cooperating with Western agencies. Some were motivated by ideology, others by money, and some simply by fear of Putin's increasingly brutal regime. Each insider feeds data, troop movements, weapons plans, or political unrest into a network that passes through Kyiv and lands straight in Washington. It's a silent rebellion, one that could one day fracture Putin's control from within. But not every weapon in this war is digital or physical. Some are psychological. Ukraine's intelligence services, with American support, have begun waging a massive psychological operation targeting not soldiers, but minds. Fake broadcasts, intercepted calls, and leaked Russian documents are spread online to confuse and demoralize Russian troops. In occupied territories, mysterious text messages warn Russian soldiers that they are being watched. Sometimes, those warnings turn out to be true. This isn't random chaos, it's precision psychological warfare. As one Western officer told USA Today, in modern war, breaking morale can be more effective than breaking bones. Inside Moscow, paranoia is spreading. Putin has launched multiple purges within his intelligence agencies, fearing leaks and foreign infiltration. The FSB, Russia's powerful internal security service, now monitors its own officers. Cyber defenses have been tightened, foreign software banned, and information within the Kremlin compartmentalized like never before. But the cracks are showing. In early 2025, 2 senior Russian intelligence officials mysteriously vanished, believed to be connected to leaks about Ukraine's drone strategies. Putin called it treason, but experts call it fear. On the battlefield, the results are visible. Ukraine's recent drone attacks deep inside Russia targeting oil refineries, airfields, and naval ports weren't random. Each strike was guided by precision intelligence, coordinates gathered by satellites, confirmed by insiders, and transmitted via encrypted NATO networks. Some drones even flew over 1,000 kilometers into Russian airspace, hitting targets near Moscow. That level of accuracy can only mean one thing: Ukraine isn't fighting alone. It's fighting with America's eyes and brains behind it. At the start of the war, America's goal was simple: help Ukraine survive. Now, it's something much larger, help Ukraine weaken Russia from within. 4 months, Washington denied any direct intelligence operations inside Russia, but recent statements from U.S. officials suggest otherwise. According to BBC and USA Today, American analysts are now assisting Ukrainian teams in predicting Russian troop rotations days before they happen. This means the U.S. is not just reacting anymore. It's shaping the war itself, preemptively. Perhaps the most fascinating part of this war is invisible, artificial intelligence. The US and Ukraine have begun using advanced AI systems to predict Russian behavior, analyzing patterns in troop movements, energy usage, and even social media chatter. It's a digital crystal ball, one that allows Ukraine to anticipate strikes, prepare defenses, and execute ambushes before the first bullet is fired. This is what experts now call predictive warfare, and it may define every conflict of the future. But here's the danger. Every move in this intelligence war carries a deadly risk: exposure. If Russia can trace these operations back to Washington, the US could be accused of direct participation, risking escalation into a broader global conflict. That's why everything happens in the shadows. Anonymous systems, proxy networks, and deniable actions. As one CIA analyst told BBC News, "We are walking a tightrope, one misstep, and this becomes World War III. We're entering a new age of warfare where data replaces bullets, and algorithms replace generals." The US versus Russia intelligence war isn't just about Ukraine anymore. It's about dominance in the global order of information. Every text, image, or satellite signal can be a weapon. Every hacker or insider, a potential soldier. And as AI continues to evolve, the line between digital and physical war will blur forever. So the next time you see headlines about battles in Ukraine, remember, the real war may not be happening on the front lines. It's happening in secret servers, in dark offices, and in encrypted channels between Washington and Kiev. It's a war without uniforms, but with far greater stakes. Because if America truly succeeds in infiltrating Russia's intelligence walls, then history will remember this not just as the war for Ukraine, but as the first true war of the mind.